I, Makuta, leader of the Shadow Horde, am finally free!
Oh, Makuta, that's not what you are. Yeah, you're cancelled. Hello everyone and welcome to the recent review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Makuta from the Journey to One. Now before I begin the review, let me get my disclaimer out of the way. Just because there are pros and cons in this video doesn't necessarily mean they are my personal opinion. I do my best to make these videos as objective as possible, and as such, any and all comments made in this video are either objective facts about the set I can represent in the video, or community opinions. So please, unless I explicitly say so, do not assume that anything here is my personal opinion. Additionally, I have been asked to inform you all that we are a part of the LEGO Ambassador Network. However, despite that, nothing regarding that situation will influence these reviews in any way, shape, or form. This was not given to us by LEGO. We were not given any of the sets in order to make this by LEGO. We did this completely independently. And as such, any comments and or criticisms made here are in no way influenced by the LEGO group. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the review. So as we can see here, we have Makuta from the Journey to One. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and click here on the annotation, and you should be directed to some instructions that I made for this guy. Now, here's the backstory behind Makuta here. Bionicle, the Journey to One came out, and we saw Makuta looking like this, sans that mask. And of course, everyone was like, whoa, it's Makuta! Then the Makuta Mask Contest came out, and we saw Makuta looking like this, like, whoa, it's Makuta! Then LEGO canceled Bionicle. So LEGO canceled it. They said, no Mask of Ultimate Power, no Makuta instructions. Well, great. So, we had to make our own. And LEGO did release deconstructed photos of this model. They released pictures of the skeleton, and the weapon, and the arms, and the shoulder piece there. A lot of different pictures. And so, when myself and 5 others from TTV went to Break Fair, Virginia, 2016, we got to see the model in person. We also went out and bought every set needed to build this model. And that is Lord of the Spicy Spiders, Lord of the Skull Spiders, Mask Maker vs. Skull Grinder, Tahu, Onua, 2016, both Umarax, and Ikur. I'm fairly certain that's everything. Yeah, I think so. So we went ahead, we bought those 7 sets, and we got to work. 5 hours later, we managed to build Makuta. As you see here, this is the original one we built in Virginia. I got to bring it back home with me. So, this is the scoop. We're going to go ahead and look into it and figure out whether or not it's good. So, right out of the gate, it is massive. This set is the largest model out of G2 entirely. Obviously not G1, although I haven't really compared, but it's easily the tallest model out of Generation 2. So that it has that going for it. Additionally, it does have some functions. Now, aside from the, I'll go ahead and say standard points of articulation, it does have a gear function. 2 of them. First in the back, can move its arms like so. Not a whole lot, but it can. And then the gear fell off. Come on. All right. And then additionally, the weapon can spin like so. Fun fact, back in Virginia, Ven was the one to figure out how to get this all working. He did a magnificent job. We had a conversation that morning. We're going like, we're not going to go to LEGO. We're not going to go face-to-face with one of the people that worked on this set, Mr. Corvin, and say, look, here it is. And then he's going to find out the weapon function doesn't work. And he's like, haha, you didn't get this right. We weren't doing it. Weren't having it. So, he does have all the standard points of articulation. However, the issue with Makuta here is that he is incredibly top-heavy. He's really wobbly. As you can probably tell, he's really top-heavy. Oh, good balance. Good job. Oh, additionally, another function, wrist blades. These are done via rubber band. So you have that. So let's get the nitpicky stuff out of the way, the things that most people won't like. He does have some showing blue pins, and he doesn't really have any blue on him. So you can see that right there, and in other places. Additionally, we have some open axles right there. I believe, were there some open ball joints? Yeah, there were some open ball joints. We have them on the legs right there. And I think that's pretty much it for the nitpicky stuff. If there are open sockets, then I'm forgetting about them. So there is that. Down on the nitty and gritty, some other issues that this model has aside from the top heaviness. It's very unstable. It is well built. It's very cohesive. It has a great looking aesthetic. You have this like battle skirt here. The issue with the battle skirt, though, is that it limits articulation in the legs. Because while the lower portion of the legs are fine, it's the upper portion that isn't. See, he's having some trouble moving his legs there. Now you can, see, that happens. The pieces fall off. Gotta go ahead and put that back on. Get in there. There we go. So again, he can pose, mostly. However, he's just very heavy. There we go. Okay, so he can pose. He's just really, really, really heavy. And that leads to a lot of balancing issues. Some of the pieces will clash and conflict. And it just leads to a very difficult time posing. Another thing is, like I mentioned earlier, pieces will fall off if you try and pose him. The battle skirt will try and just fly off in every obscene direction feasible. Hands. Not a lot of people are going to like those hands because they're supposed to be feet. They're the foot piece. However, they're trying to be used as hands, and it kind of looks like that. So, some people will not like that. Color scheme-wise, I'll say he's rather consistent. He's got red and orange and black and gold. So, it doesn't vary all that much. He does have plenty of gunmetal, so it can be counted as color. Again, the weapon does work very well. The functions all work well except for the gearbox. Because his arms are so heavy and there's so much friction being used in that construction, it doesn't really work all that great. Now, let's get to something I'm sure you've all been wondering about. What are these? Well, these are 3D printed masks of ultimate power. You see, when LEGO unveiled this model, they also unveiled how the mask of ultimate power looks. And they also used it in the Journey to 1. They additionally showed it in the Bionicle Makuta contest video. Well, one of our members on the TTV message boards, and somebody who has helped me out so much, a great guy by the name of Cyberhand, he's 3D modeled the Mask of Ultimate Power, put it up on Shapeways. So I went ahead and purchased 2 of them. One to paint black, one to paint gold. As a side note, Cyberhand also made my new Miru. He is fantastic. Go talk to him. He's a great guy. Buy these masks. They're really good. So I went ahead and bought 2 of them because I had to get them in both colors. Because it came out, it was shown in gold, and it was shown in black. So let's go ahead and put these on Makuta, since LEGO will not be making the Mask of Ultimate Power. Let's see. Go ahead and just pop it off. Let's go with the gold one first. So the gold one looks something like this. As we can see, it really does look a lot better than the Mask of Control. Now, side note, at Brick Fair, Virginia, the official model was brought by one of the designers, and it used the Mask of Control, which is why you saw it on this. I decided to go with how they displayed it out in public in one of the largest LEGO conventions in the world. So, as we can see here, Mask of Ultimate Power in gold looks good. This design, however, keep in mind, it is really wobbly. Far more wobbly than any of the other masks we got for G2. Granted, this is really more of a display model anyway. So there we have it. There's the gold. Again, it does look good because it gives him that additional height on the head. And the Mask of Control obviously was not designed for this model. Let's go ahead and give him the actual one he had in the store. There you have it. The complete Makuta experience. That is how he looked in the story. The black works. Obviously, if you have the mask, you can sand it down. You can paint it a glossier black, make it more look like an actual CCBS piece. I did not really put the trouble into doing that. I just wanted golden black. Really easy, real simple, real quick. So there you have it. Now, one thing that this model has that the Journey to 1 version actually does not is this chain of skulls. So let's go ahead and take that off real quick, because thankfully it's easily detached. It's non-essential to this model. Now, some people really like it with the chain, some people really like it without. It's really up to you, but there you go. That's how that looks. That is Makuta. Now, some other side things. He is a little bit gappy. Of course, he has some gaps down here. This is a bit unarmored with that, just showing. We can see quite a few gaps here because of how the construction is done. On the back is thankfully well armored, however, gaps are created with these giant blades. Some people just may not like that, some people just may not mind. You know, here, so on. This is wobbly, just due to construction as part of the back skirt. But that's really about it. To sum up Makuta, Makuta is an excellent display model. It's the largest creation that we have seen that's been officially endorsed by the LEGO company. And it's just really cool. It looks really good. However, as far as functionality is concerned, it doesn't function the best. Obviously, if this were actually an official retail set, it would function a lot better. It'd be cleaned up. However, it is not, and that is evident. Now, it looks great. Some of the functions really work well, and I'm personally glad to have gotten the experience. We went out to Virginia. We bought all the sets, all 7 sets. We built it. We had a blast building it as a group. It was so much fun, and we got to show it to one of the people that actually worked on it at LEGO. And he said, yeah, it looks good. Now, obviously, he didn't look over it with a fine-tooth comb, but it's kind of cool regardless. To the designers that made this, if you watch this, thank you. Because while this wasn't released officially, because of the way all this situation was handled, I got a really cool experience out of this. And I will definitely not be forgetting it anytime soon. Getting to build it, getting to meet some of you, getting to talk to some of you, it's pretty fantastic. So thank you at the very least for that and for at least giving us those pictures so that we could backwards engineer it. Thank you very much. And thank you for all the work you guys have done on the line while it lasted. And thank you all for watching. This is pretty much the end of the review. There's not much more I can say. If you want to go and build this, I highly encourage you to do so. I think you'll have a great time. The instructions are out there, so you shouldn't have too difficult a time either. But what do you guys think about Makuta? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you like it with the chain? Do you like it with the Mask of Ultimate Power? Let me know in the comments below or on the TTV message boards at board.ttvchannel.com. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.